When it comes to a super fun brand like Memphis Audio, they did not slack when it came to providing awesome products for the power sports market. Today, we've got Nick LoMonaco, president of Memphis Audio, in the studio with us, and we're going to dive right in some brand new products specific to you power sport guys out there. This is CMA Networks presented by SiriusXM, Memphis Audio, and it starts now. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to another exciting session. This time, it's all about power sports audio, a fast-growing category that we all know about in the 12-volt electronics world. And Memphis Audio has been no slouch, coming out with back-to-back new products for this very, very specific category. Now, Nick, I want to give you every opportunity to kind of give us a breakdown of what we're going to go over today, because I know this particular category is really exciting for you.
Yeah, we got a ton to talk about, whether it's vehicle-specific, bolt-on. There's a ton of stuff that Memphis has been working on, and so I'm very excited to get into it.
Well, it looks like we've got a jam-packed show, so you guys don't go away. But before that, we're going to have a special message from our sponsor, SiriusXM, for without them, of course, none of this would be possible. And when we come back, though, we're going to dive right into Memphis Audio Power Sports.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability.
People love it.
All right, welcome back. Let's get into it now. Nick, as I mentioned, obviously, Memphis makes audio for pretty much every vehicle imaginable, but especially in the power sports arena, it takes a little bit extra know-how because there's some application-specific stuff we're going to dive in today. So why don't you tell us, or let the dealers know, why you feel Memphis Audio is such a great partner for the power sports audio space?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why Memphis Audio is a serious partner for the power sports space. I mean, starting from scratch is Memphis is known for being loud. Memphis is known for making products that can jam in any environment. So that's what we bring to the power sports world, the stuff that we've taken from car audio, from marine audio, make it work in all elements while still being loud, still being reliable, still being a great value. And then on top of that, we just own a helmet company, and we just sold that a few years ago, and that put us in power sports dealers for 50 years. So that knowledge from talking to those dealers over and over again and saying, hey, why don't you make some cool speakers for us? We talk to the horse's mouth, to the guys that build the bikes, that ride the bikes, that are on the machines, that are doing everything off-road, to get their input, to get the product designed specifically for what they need.
Well, I'm excited to start talking products. So, of course, I always want to start with what's new. And you guys recently announced a brand new complete OEM-specific kit for the 2019 XP Pro. Why don't you tell us all the details about this brand new kit?
Well, this brand new kit for the Razor XP Pro, it's just incredible. I mean, we wanted to take all the greatness of an incredible car audio system and make it just kick-ass inside the new Razor XP Pro platform. So this kit is specifically designed to fit in all the factory locations. We have components up front with the mid and tweeter. We have a 300-watt subwoofer that fits right in the factory location. Everything's plug and play with all the harnesses, the amp bracket, the radio mounting kit. Everything is plug and play, from the LEDs to where the speakers bolt on. Everything is scalable as well. So if you want to just add speakers on deck power to start, you can. Then you can add rear speakers in a sub later if you want. Everything is scalable, plug and play. We sell all the components independently. And our goal was to set ourselves apart from the competition with these kits. So not only is it a huge upgrade from the OEM systems you can get on these machines nowadays, but we wanted it to be even louder. We wanted to have more ease of use with the scalability. And of course, we put more LEDs on it because we're known for that. Everyone knows what adding LEDs to systems are, and that that holds true even in the power sports world. And then we try to add a couple little extra features like our radio at the price point. You can't beat it with the camera input. So we're going to have a full audio system, plug and play, drops into the awesome new Razor platform. And you can add a camera if you don't have one already. So super cool stuff for the brand new Razor, and it is shipping now, which is the best part.
Well, staying with the theme of these application-specific kits, which I think Memphis is really known for, there's another application that's quite unique that I, for one, don't know is available anywhere else, and that is for the Honda Talon, more specifically the Honda Talon 2017 and up. Tell us a little bit more about this kit.
Well, the Talon kit that we have for 2017 and up is awesome because we were working with a partner a few years back making audio roofs. He was building some roofs for us. We were helping him load some product in there. And we saw that the number one selling roof that we had was for Honda products. And we looked at that and tried to dig into why. And that was because no one was really making any quality stuff for audio with regards to Talon. So, hey, we're like, huh, that seems like a good idea. Let's throw some, let's put together a kit for Talon. And so we took the same knowledge we had from our Razor and X3, the two most popular machines, and rolled that into the Talon to have some really nice direct fit OEM pods with head unit and amplification front and rear. So you can bring audio to the Honda.
Well, Nick, the fun doesn't stop there because we're just going to keep on rolling out. So you need to pay attention. Lots of applications that we're going to be covering today. We've talked about the new XP Pro for the Razor. Now we've talked about the Honda Talon, but there's also the ever popular platform in CANAM, more specifically the Defender, and Memphis has a solution for that as well.
Yeah, we do. And I think we have one of these that we can show in studio, the front pod. And with that pod for the Defender, I want to talk about some of the features that set Memphis apart from the competition. So if you see the pod there, obviously you see the beautiful LEDs going the cone. Also, we have an illuminated Memphis logo, so you never forget who's providing you with the awesome audio in your machine. And if you look, there's also down-firing LEDs to light up the inside of the cab if you're cruising around at night. So that's something that no one else adds. Everyone expects Memphis to bring more LEDs, and of course we don't disappoint here. But if you look at the side of this speaker enclosure, one thing that is the biggest part of our construction of our speakers is this comes like that out of the box. So this is two injection molded pieces with the speakers sandwiched in between. So what does that mean? That means this is fully waterproof. There is no way for water to get in here. There's no accidental, the tech didn't tighten one of the screws down on the speaker. This comes out of the box, completely sealed, completely put together, ready for you to wire it up, plug and play. When we were designing these speakers, our head of engineering really wanted to do this design. And I said, well, hey, if you're going to have a full enclosure where you can't swap out the speakers easily, you better make these bulletproof because you're going to have a lot of techs, if they blow a speaker, get mad that they have to swap out the entire enclosure as opposed to just screwing out a speaker. But so he promised me that we are not going to have any issues with that, and we have it. We've had maybe 2 or 3 defects in the entire line since we've been selling these vehicle-specific kits. So you don't have to worry about putting in a whole enclosure and worry that, hey, what if it goes bad? It's not going to go bad. On top of that, now that we're looking at the enclosure, you can see behind the grill the illuminated Memphis logo in there. But these speakers are specifically designed for loud environments. It's more of a pro audio style speaker. A lot of people ask me, what speaker is this based on in the line? Well, it's kind of based on a few things. It's a mix between our marine speaker and our Powersports and our pro audio speaker. So it's got the versatility, water resistance of the marine speaker, focuses more on the high end as well as the pro audio. So you're going to get a lot of those higher frequencies, the frequencies that you can actually hear when you're riding with a loud motor in front of you, behind you, and the wind blowing through your face. So these speakers are going to be able to keep up with the environment, stay waterproof, and look cool, lighting up the inside of your machine.
All right. Now, Nick, you mentioned that all these parts for any of these kits are available independently, or as we say, a la carte. Now, you mentioned the word scalability. Is there an option for customers to add bass separate from any of these kits that could be available to them?
So the scalability of our kits is pretty awesome. So we have multiple different all-in-one packages. So you can start with the deck power and 2 front pods. Then if you want to add rear pods, you can throw rear pods with your deck power. Then you can add an amplifier to power all those 4 of those speakers as well. And then with the vehicles where subwoofers are available, because unfortunately there's not room in every vehicle for there to be a custom fit subwoofer, but the applications they are, like the General, the X3, the Razor, those you can add the subwoofer on. The cool thing about our kits is the subwoofer is self-amplified. So a lot of other kits out there, if you wanted to add a sub later, the way they sell their kits is jumping from a 4-channel to a 5-channel amp. Well, for us, let's say you had 4 speakers amplified and you wanted to add the sub. The customer didn't have the budget. The customer just wasn't willing to buy it on the sub. Then they realized they wanted that extra bass. They can come in and they can just add that subwoofer. So it's a super cool option for being able to ramp up your audio. And, you know, sometimes as good of a salesman as you are in a shop, the customer's like, I don't like that big thumping bass. I don't know. I don't need that. And then they realize it's not really there to boom and rock your socks off. It's there to even out the sound and give you that bass, because you are driving with a loud motor, and when you don't realize that you lose a lot of those low frequencies that you would normally get in maybe a car application at a 6.5-inch mids. So being able to add that Razor sub on there, that after the fact, after you've already put in the speakers and the amplifier and the head unit, it's super cool, and it makes it easy for our customers to upsell even after they've installed the initial system. All right, so here you see the Razor sub. This would be the previous generation Razor sub. You got that beautiful Memphis driver in there. This is a roto-molded enclosure. It fits perfectly in the Razor. This one replaces the glove box, as you can see. Not just a simple replacement, made it look good. Obviously put that logo on there so you know who's providing you with the awesome bass in your machine. Everything's roto-molded to fit perfectly into those OEM bolts. And then if you go back over to the side where the woofer is, obviously that's one thing that we heard from our customers. Little foam inserts there to help with vibration, because this is a sub and it is bouncing around the machine. So that helps cut back on any noise or vibration from the sub and riding. That plate right there, that's your amplifier that is built into the sub right there, where you see the Memphis silk screen. And then on the front side near where the driver is, you can see the port. And one cool thing about this enclosure is it does come with a plug to plug the port. So if you're in the South in the US and you want to do some mud riding, and the bottom half of your machine is going to be under some watery mud, you can plug that enclosure right up so you don't get water into the port. But if you're a dry rider, or you're out in the desert or somewhere where you're not going to submerge your Razor, you can open that port back up and let the bass come through. So very easy to add this on, even if you already have the speakers in. If we look at the wiring harness there, that's your power, your remote, and your signal all coming out of the enclosure to plug right in and add this awesome subwoofer onto your Razor system.
Of course, we're talking power sports, so we have to talk about soundbars, and Memphis soundbars are quite popular. You've been on here talking about them before, but let's break it down for the dealers tuning in. What is the offering as far as soundbars are concerned from Memphis Audio?
So with soundbars, I kind of go back to the original comment about us walking into Powersports dealers a lot. And you'll hear on a lot of our videos where I mentioned that our product is driven by our customers and the end user. And soundbars was really our first step into Powersports specific products. So this was driven by our customers, by the market. We listened to them, exactly what they wanted. So our first offering was our 20-inch soundbar. And now we are on version 3 of our 20-inch soundbar. And if you look at this soundbar here, you have 4 3.5s and 2 tweeters. So this soundbar is going to sound really good, give you some output, and also have multiple mounting options. So there is a channel on the top, the back, and the rear of this soundbar that allows you to slide the brackets in however you want, making it very, very easy to mount it in virtually any location, from a side-by-side, even on the front of a quad. If it's got a just small rack on it, we got plenty of these that go on boats, anywhere with the versatile top mount, rear and bottom channels that allows you to put those brackets anywhere you want to put them. And then looking back at the front, this obviously has Bluetooth and auxiliary. It's got line in and line out, so you could link two together. You could use this as a source to add subwoofer or some extra tower speakers and another amplifier on. So it's really scalable. Again, scalability using this as your front stage. You could use the outputs to input into an amplifier and give yourself rear stage or an add-on subwoofer. And then for the version 3 of the 20-inch soundbar, we added FM radio. So one thing we heard about was a lot of farming in North America, and in the Midwest U.S. we had guys, we want FM radio, and we didn't have that. We had Bluetooth and auxiliary, so we added FM radio to this bar in order to take care of those customers that were out plowing the fields and wanted to listen to their local FM station. So we made a really versatile soundbar that kicks butt for everyday applications, Bluetooth, auxiliary, and FM radio. And then the step up to the MXA SB20 V3 is the MXA SB35 V3. And this is what we call a traditional shaped soundbar. This has all the bells and whistles. So from 4 mids and 2 tweets, we jump up to 8 mids and 2 tweets. So your output is going to ramp up exponentially. All the same features with mounting with the top, back, and rear channels or bottom channels in order to mount that however you want it. But of course, the new version comes with LEDs. So all the mids and the tweeters light up with LED. But the coolest thing about this MXA SB35 V3 is the brain. It is basically our SMC3 radio that's built into this soundbar. So what does that mean? That means that you get a fully functional head unit built into your soundbar. So you got front, rear, and sub out. All of this wiring is hidden in a side pocket of this SB35 V3. And you get EQ, you get sub volume if you want when the outputs. And also you get that backup camera input that we have on the SMC3. A lot of people go, what do you need a backup camera for? What do you need a camera input on a soundbar? Well, if you have this soundbar in your machine, you don't need to have a giant screen with video on it. You just need to make sure that you're not running over your dog or your kid. So with that camera on the front or rear, you can easily figure out if something's behind you and you're not going to back over it. So super cool feature that, again, was added and our customers asked for it. And now, in addition to it being a really cool feature, it's an easy way to add on labor. If you're a shop and you're putting in a soundbar, oh, that's super easy. Oh, you want a camera on there? I mean, how much does a good camera cost? That's a little bit of extra money for our customers to sell to the end user. And the end user knows he's getting an awesome sounding soundbar. It looks cool. It lights up cool. So that means 3 to 6 dB louder. So definitely want to check out the SB35 V3. Then moving from the standard shaped soundbars, we move to the Mac Daddy of soundbars. So this is the MXA 46 SB28, and this is the most feature packed soundbar that exists today. So this was originally designed to be a down firing soundbar. So this mounted on the cage, pointing straight down at you. This has 4 6.5s, 4 tweeters, so you're not going to get a louder soundbar out there. Just not possible. This thing sounds incredible. As you can see, all the mids light up. This also was one of the first RGB light up soundbars on the market. The similar mounting to the 20 and the 35-inch soundbar, there is a channel on the top, the bottom, and there's 2 on the back side of this soundbar. And you can see the bracket and screws there to mount it. Very, very versatile mounting options. Can mount this almost anywhere. So I actually have a friend who has a Yamaha YXZ. He has this mounted behind the seats on the roll cage there. But most machines, it can fit on the top of the roll cage and fire straight down at you, give you all that sound straight down. In addition to the cool LEDs in the mids, it also has a dome light. I think our Vanna White there can turn on the dome light. Nice little feature just to light up the cab when you need it. And you see all the hard buttons there. So you've got your play, pause, source, change between 7 different LED colors, forward, back, volume up, etc. But the coolest thing about this soundbar is it's also app controlled. So you can jump into the app, you can control anything. You can control the output. So this has front, rear, and sub output. This could be the start. We talk about scalability with the OEM fit, scalability on the sound bars as well. You have front, rear, and sub output. You have full control of that in the app. You can set your FM, AM, weather band, because everyone uses weather band. So you can set that up in the app. In addition, 7-band fully customizable EQ. You can tweak it exactly as you want, as well as preset EQs like rock, pop, jazz, etc. And then it also has RGB output, and you can select between 1 million colors. So not only will the 4 mids light up on the soundbar, but you have RGB out, so you can light up your whole machine and control the RGB color with the app on your phone. In addition to that, because Memphis makes an RGB amplifier, you could use this and you will have no problem using our RGB amp to power every LED and put a ridiculous amount of LEDs on your side-by-sides. We're talking about rock lights, we're talking about the speakers, we're talking about whips, we're even talking about RGB sound light bars. I mean, anything with our RGB amps you could run. So super cool piece, the loudest, the best sounding, and the most feature-packed soundbar in the industry.
Now, finally, we've arrived at 2 really special products. Now, we had the chance to cover these 2 items back in our marine sessions, but they are absolutely relevant for power sports. So, Nick, why don't you talk to us about not only the HydroCube, but also the compact soundbar?
So the HydroCube is awesome because, as we talked about in the marine application, it is water resistant. It can go anywhere. And this is great for those side-by-sides that there isn't room inside the camper sub. So you can throw this in the bed. We often demo this sitting in the bed of a side-by-side, as well as in boats, Jeeps, anywhere where you need a water-resistant subwoofer that kicks butt and you don't have a lot of space. So this subwoofer has an active 10-inch driver and 2 passive radiators in a roto-molded enclosure. We have this both amplified and passive. This is the amplified version. You can see all the mounting locations there. All those little circles, those are where you can screw on the aluminum feet. So a bunch of different ways to bolt this into a vehicle. The passive version has our flex technology, so it can be 2 or 4 ohm, make it real easy to line up with an amplifier. So it's a great looking sub. It's going to give you a ton of output. And oh, wait a minute, I forgot. We can make it 3 to 6 dB louder. Just give us 1 second there, because like all of the Memphis Marine and Power Sports product, it's RGB and it lights up all 3 of the cones, the active and the 2 passives light up to make it look awesome in addition to sounding awesome. And the other really unique Power Sports / Marine product is our MXA SB9. So this is our compact 9-inch soundbar. It's got 2 3.5s, 2 tweeters, and pound for pound, the loudest soundbar in the market. This soundbar will keep up with our 20-inch soundbar versus virtually anyone else's 20-inch soundbar in a tiny 9-inch compact size. In addition to the awesome output, this is IPX7 rated, which means you can flip your boat over and play it underwater up to 1 meter for 30 minutes, which is obviously awesome. People love playing audio underwater. And then we have very versatile mounting options. So you see in the background there's 2 ram mount style mounts that come with the attachments to mount it to a bar. You can also surface mount this. And then in addition to that, we have a direct fit mounting for Yamaha FX wave runners, as well as a surface mount adjustable bar. So very, very versatile mounting options available. You've got auxiliary, Bluetooth, you've got line in, line out. So you can link some together. Again, like everything else, you can scale this. If you had a small fishing boat, you could use this as your highs and run it into a HydroCube and have the SB9 as your highs and the HydroCube as your lows. So very versatile, completely waterproof, super high output for the size, and can go on anything from a side-by-side to a quad to a boat to an e-bike. Anywhere you got some battery power, you can get loud.
Power sports requires power, and of course, Memphis has some solutions with small footprint amplifiers that are completely waterproof and protected from the elements. Nick, give us the details on these amplifiers.
So our new MX line of amplifiers designed for power sports are pretty awesome. Number one, there might be the smallest amplifier in the market, or one of, if not. We have our MX 400.4 in studio here. That is what powers our OEM fit side-by-side kits, as well as our Harley kits. This is a super compact 400 watt 100x4 amplifier that looks great, IPX66 rated, top mounted controls, makes it really easy to hit those adjustments while putting that cover back on and sealing everything up. And the other models in the line, we have a 300 watt 2-channel, an 800 watt 4-channel that I have to look as far as cubic inches are concerned. It might be the smallest 800 watt 4-channel in the market. If it isn't, it's one of the smallest. This amplifier is small enough to fit above a Harley radio. That's how small this 800 watts of true real power is. So you can also use that amplifier to upgrade your side-by-side kit to get more power, add more speakers if you wanted to into a side-by-side in addition to the OEM fit stuff. And then to round it out, we have a 600 watt 6-channel with staggered power on the 5th and 6th channels. So that's going to give you 150 by 2 on those 5th and 6th channels, which, like our marine product, we've ditched a lot of the monos and 5 channels because with marine and power sports, there's a lot of cases where you need high powered full range for tower speakers, for regular cabin speakers. So without needing a 5-channel, we now have a 6-channel that can power 4 speakers inside your machine. It can also power 2 high-powered tower speakers that you bolt on the back, or you can bridge it using a subwoofer with our Flex technology to 4 ohm, and you can grab the 5th and 6th channels and give yourself 300 watts to power a sub in the rear of your side-by-side. So super versatile amplifier lineup, super compact, sleek looking, IPX66 rated, everything you need to get the power into your power sports products.
Well, Nick, we've gone through the gambit. So after presenting all these great marine audio solution products, what do you have to say to really reinforce that message that Memphis Audio truly is an amazing choice to partner up with when it comes to your marine audio needs?
Well, when it comes to marine and power sports, Memphis really has focused on developing product, not only to fit a ton of machines, boats, whatever you need to be out in the elements, but also focus on making it look cool, sound cool, and light up cool. So we have anything from a simple bolt-on solution from a 9-inch soundbar up to a fully integrated plug-and-play, looks OEM, but sounds incredible systems for side-by-sides. We're focused on what the end user needs to make their machine sound great.
Now, of course, for you Canadian dealers tuning in, you're going to need to know this information, and that is the Canadian distributor for all things Memphis Audio in Canada is, of course, Automobility. And now, Automobility, we have their product manager standing by, Steve Colomb. And Steve, I wanted to ask you, with the relationship and the development of this brand within Canada, can you talk to us a little bit about some of the hot products that have been really popular amongst dealers here in the Canadian market?
Well, I would say the soundbars were a huge winner for us. Since day one that we started dealing with Memphis, it was a need for us. It was a niche product. It's a universal fit, like Nick mentioned earlier. So, no, it was a great addition. Again, like the side-by-side kits, side-by-side kits that are fully available a la carte. It gives more options. Doesn't limit you to buy a full kit. You can build it step by step if your budget doesn't permit it, one shot. So it's a great addition.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Steve. The a la carte option for the side-by-side kits or the complete kits, available from Memphis. And not only that, I'm going to add to that these unique applications that Memphis offers, I think really give dealers that opportunity to go get that extra business where some brands don't provide, those specific applications. Now, as far as the relationship that Automobility has had with Memphis Audio, how would you best describe the success that you have found in this new partnership moving forward?
Well, we're starting year 3 this year, so it's been already 2 full years. We started dealing with them right in the middle of COVID, so it was a bit challenging for both sides. Again, bringing back Memphis in Canada, inventory was at some point problematic for everyone, I guess, in the industry, right? This year, things are getting way better. Shipping times are getting shorter and shorter. We're getting back more to a usual stock status, right? And lots of innovation in the last year. I was quite surprised because, a lot of these brands out there, didn't put a lot of new products on the market in the last couple of years, but Memphis kept doing their thing, which is always trying to innovate and find new products and new key products to add in every category, not just, so it's been great.
And there you have it, guys. That's a wrap on this Powersports audio show all about Memphis audio. Quick shout out to our good friend Nick LoMonaco for coming in today and talking to us all about all these great products, as well as Steve Cologne from Auto Mobility. Now, I hope you enjoyed this one. This was certainly fun. Powersports is a great category, and if you guys haven't done it yet, take a deeper look. There's lots of opportunity there, especially when there's such great products, such as the ones presented today by Memphis Audio. This is CMA Networks presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.